Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Palacios and today I will be presenting a book called Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. Marlowe, our protagonist, wanders into the heart of a forest, only to find the darkness within, the insanity it hides, and the horror it holds. He searches on and on for a person he admires only from words. As he searches, he sets eyes on the beholders of the insanity and those who live amongst. The title Heart of Darkness refers to the deepest part of Africa, and at that time it was not explored yet. The people of the forest were not understood yet, and honestly, I do not know if they still are, or if they are now. They believed that the black people there still led primitive lives. And fun fact, Marlowe, the protagonist, says the title as he is storytelling his journey. The next slide that will be shown is one of my favorite lines from the book. I relate a bit because I too hate telling lies. It feels wrong. Like, why would I lie unnecessarily to a person who probably doesn't even deserve it? We are going to be skipping the ropes today. I wanted to do that. It seemed fun, but online. This is the table of contents, and we have 8 sections. The first is the author, where we talk a little about Joseph Conrad. And second is the impact, the book's impact to culture and its history. Third is the characters, important characters and their descriptions. Fourth is the setting, where the story takes place. Fifth is the narrator. Who is the narrator and what form? Sixth is the symbolism's present. Seventh is the theme, what themes are present. Eighth is the literary choices being used in the story. The first section is the author, Joseph Conrad. Joseph Conrad was born on December 3rd, 1857. He died on August 3, 1924. Although he was considered one of the greatest English novelists, he was not fluent in the language till his 20s. He brought a non-English delicacy into English culture. His nationality is Polish and British, and he was a well-known author because of his influence on many others. His anti-heroic and realism were some of the elements in his work. Second section, impact. The book was first published in 1899. It gives the viewers the sight of the horrors of Western colonialism and provides an insight on the things that tarnish the land and the people, but also those who are curious to see how it is progressing. Joseph Conrad used Marlowe, his alter ego, to help with that. This book helped others implement more anti-heroic and realism elements into artists' future works. Fun fact, it inspired Francis Ford Coppola's 1979 film, Apocalypse Now. Third section, characters. Marlowe, our protagonist, gives a first-person perspective on the journey into the heart of darkness. And he is Conrad's alter ego. Second is Kurtz. Kurtz is the leader of the local tribes in Africa and was considered a genius amongst other men. He is half French and half English. Marlowe looked up to him just to find out that he, Kurtz, became insane with time. Next up is the Russian. Due to him working with Mr. Kurtz before, he becomes an informant to Marlowe about Kurtz. He believes Kurtz's greatness and admires his intelligence. The chief accountant. An informant to Marlowe about Kurtz and trade secrets. He gained Marlowe's attention and respect because he kept up with his appearance despite being in a treacherous place. Next is Kurtz's intendant, an anonymous woman that Marlowe sought out and turned out to be the women Marlowe was referring to throughout the story. She represented what the built fantasy would be. She trusted Kurtz with her heart and life, and she was also the last person to talk with Marlowe. Context of what the built fantasy would be is Marlowe kept talking about how women build their own little worlds and that it would break down by sunrise, but she perfected her own little world in Marlowe's eyes. Next is the narrator, anonymous character, and they narrate the story from Marlowe's point of view and has good diction. The first section is the setting. The setting the book takes place in is the Congo Free State, which is in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Fifth section is the narrator. The narrator never revealed themselves. It is a first-person narration. Sixth section, symbolism. Black. The color black is used to symbolize death, darkness, evil, and sometimes good. For example, Conrad uses black to describe the land he is about to enter. It shows the reader how dark the land was and how the evilness of it attracted people to its heart. White. Conrad uses the color white to symbolize good when he mentions white people are sent to civilized areas around the Congo. Apparently, this would help bring light into people's lives who lived in darkness. Buzzing flies. This creature symbolizes death and grim conditions. For example, Marlowe, living in the station, complained about the hot weather and mentioned that the flies were big and how they stabbed people. Another example was when Kurtz died, a bunch of flies were buzzing around him. Next is the themes. Darkness. Marlowe sees darkness in imperialism. The book has racist inference that the land and the people is what led to Europeans' corruption. Alienation and loneliness. Kurtz being evident that if you were to become isolated, you will become mad. Marlowe's experience in Africa was somewhat the same, which caused him to feel alienated from others. Chaos and order. Colonialism has a false sense of order, which differ with the chaos of the ivory trade and of the African society in Marlowe's eyes. Next are the literary choices. Imagery. Quote, the sun set, the dusk fell on the stream, and the lights began to appear along the shore. End quote. He has painted a view for the readers with his words. Personification. Quote, flames glided in the river. End quote. Flames cannot glide on any surface. It lets the reader understand how the flames are moving and the speed they are spreading. Simile. Quote, swept and ungarnished staircase as arid as a desert. End quote. It compares the swept staircase to a desert. Personification. Quote, the steamer seemed at her last gasp. End quote. The steamer seems to be taking her last breath, saying that it is dying. And now it is Kahoot time, the quiz. And these are my sources, my citations. And thank you for listening. Bye bye.